Well, hello everyone, hello. Here we are on the floor with the small devices and my secret new little rhythm section. The cornerstone, the big piece here is a Leploop, a Multicassa. The way it works is really pretty interesting. And I got a good deal on it because one of these corners was dented because they used like a really soft balsa plywood for the front panel, and the knobs are kind of wobbly, and it build quality, it doesn't feel very good, but the way it works I thought was really cool. It's very organic. There's a master clock, and then across the bottom here you have 4 clock dividers. And then above that there are 3 trigger mix, which allows you to blend the signal from 2 adjacent dividers and send it to one of these 3 Casa circuits, which according to the manual, Casa is Italian for a bass drum. But there is a frequency control, a resonance control, and a distortion amount. And then there's a mix at the top, so you can, mix the volume of each one. And they respond to the voltage level of the trigger that they receive. So when you set these mixes, you can have them accent. And like I said, it comes out with this really sort of organic sound. And they are also, the 3 Casa are tuned to pitch ranges. So this one's the lowest, this one's kind of medium, and this one is high, doing little clicks. Let me turn it up slightly. Then I have a clock divider, my trusty old Doepfer A1, what's the number on it? 160-1. Next to that is a Mengshi split, because I wanted to be able to send sync signals out. And some devices like Craft Synth 2, the manual is very clear about the sync not exceeding a certain voltage. So I'm using split, which is a passive mult, 1 input, 5 outputs. 4 of the outputs have attenuators, so you can trim the outgoing signal. And that's a passive module, so it didn't take up a power slot in this, which is a 4MS Pod 40X. And the X is 2 inches deep, as opposed to the regular pod, which none of these modules, except for the passives and the Multicassa, which is very shallow, would probably fit in a regular pod. But the other things, they would not. They needed the deeper one. Next to that, I have skis, VCA with built-in decay slopes. Next to that, I have the Bastel Dynamo, which I decided to put in here so I could use the audio output from the Multicassa running through this envelope follower and use that as a modulation source. And then at the end, the Zlob Attenu mix, which I'm using as a mixer. And down here is my the JMT Synth NF2. I think this is the 2. I can't remember which NF it is. I think it's the 2. And that's providing some noise, and it's being modulated by a dynamo. And I'm splitting that signal to the two channels of skis, one with a short delay and one with a long delay, and they're just being triggered by two of these clock divisions. I'm using my passive attenuator to attenuate that. Then I have my Volca modular running a sequence down here. Let me turn that up. And it starts to come together. And then here's the craft synth to play a little bit of a melody on. Yep, there it goes. I thought this was turning out pretty cool. I've been tinkering with this for the last couple of days. I tried different permutations, combination of modules. The limitations of this case, it's only 40 HP, and there are only 4 power sockets. So you have to be real strategic about what modules you wanted to put in there. And at first I thought the other sound source needed to be in the case, but then I'm like, well, I've got the NF2 and I've got the Hikari monos, and I have external noisemakers, and it might be better to have a modulator in there instead. And so I've taken this apart and put it back together like 3 or 4 times since I got, and this just came a couple of days ago, so I've been busy messing with this. And I think this is the best sounding iteration so far. If I decide to mess with it again, I'll be sure and let you guys know. I have to mention my Patreon, my Bandcamp, and my Ko-fi page, all of which are places where you can see and or hear content and give me money. Here on YouTube, don't have to give me a cent, but I would appreciate a like, a subscribe, whatever you can do. Thanks a bunch. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.